So this is the design for the project I was going to build. Basically, what we have down here is just some support bars that we go on the ground, just kind of keep it stable. These would be just simple iron bars that like drove into the ground and had spikes on them. So when you drove them in, they would be less likely to come out with a support bar underneath that. This big shaft here would be made out of plywood, but it would be hollow on the inside, because once you have this as a base, this can be a lot lighter. At the top, we would have the first generator. This little generator would be for these two big wings here. These two big fins would be beveled on the inside, so that the wind could pass over them, which would create less resistance, and a little bit flatter on the backside, so that when the wind came and hit it, it would have a lot more surface area to hit. These little black tips on the end of the wings, those would be weighted tips, so that once it's spun, it would add a little bit extra weight to come down and help move it back around, so it can get more revolutions for the wind power. This top part would be mainly for catching stronger winds, because the fins would be bigger, but also I decided I'd also add on the bottom a set of smaller fins. They have a little bit different shape, almost like a kukri. They'd be flat on the back and beveled on the front, and these would drive, like once the wind hit them on the back, that extra weight on the end would help force them back around, and these would help catch some of the smaller gusts. So it would also help turn the generator. Maybe not quite, and it wouldn't create quite as much power as it would up here on the top, but it would still create a little bit of power when the wind's not quite enough to power these. And when it is enough to power these, this one will spin extra fast, which will create more power. They'd be connected to the same circuit, which would come out to an external battery, which could be changed, and it would be really easy to just kind of maneuver and change out when needed. This would be pretty easy to use in a class. I would plan on using this project mainly with like the sustainability side of the design world, which is analyzing types of energy in the technological design class. And that could also hit on, like usual, the design process and the modeling skills that would be required to build something of this caliber. I would plan on using this project with my class, and probably like a week-long project, I think, to where they would come in and have materials and go through a design process, and then they'd come and test these with a generator once they were done. And like I said, the curriculum I would be using would be the design world in the technological design class, and under that, analyzing types of energy, along with the design process and modeling skills.